Hi friends, welcome back. Let's take a look at Tezos. The current price against Bitcoin is 2573 and the current price against the dollar is 171, but it's kind of always interesting. We like to look at the difference between the exchanges here and see over on HitBTC that the price is $1.70. Did I say 271? Did I say once? Anyway, 170, and it's 171 here, and it's 170 here, 170 there. So we're within a cent, right? We're within a cent. That's 171 flat, and this is 170. But we're within a cent across the exchanges. Now that's rare for Tezos, right? That's what we'll call that, rare, unusual. That's normally not been the case. 4 out of 5 days that we've done Tezos technical analysis, we've been looking at that and seeing that there's been 14 cents, 20 cents, sometimes as much as 60 cents difference between the exchanges and stuff like that. So that's good to see these in convergence, agreement about the price at least and where it's at right now. Across the exchanges. So the arbitrage opportunities faded away. Let me know in the comments below if any of you took advantage of that. I was talking about it for the whole time we've been talking about Tezos, and it'll be back, I'm sure, no doubt about it, it will be back. But we have these different levels that we're looking for, and the 236 here, 23.60236, whatever kind of, you put the decimal place wherever you want, don't worry, I'll be happy enough. You can see that that's at 156 here on HitBTC, and we're above it, and the price for that was different, on the other exchanges. So on this particular one, which is what is this? Bitfinex? Yeah, you can see that we are currently just below it, right? Interesting, it's 170. It's okay, we're going to have to be actually way more specific. It's $1.70.5. $1.70 and a fifth of, I know, God. Yeah, so it's that. You can see the price is $1.705. Okay, it's $1.70 and half a cent, and the price is currently $1.70. So we're half a cent away from being on that line there. So that's interesting. If we go over to Coinbase, right? Is that Coinbase? Yep, Coinbase, we can see that we are actually above it. So the line here is 169 and we're above it there at 171. So we've got this sort of agreement in the price. It's kind of converged together. The difference is ameliorated, and we're above the 236, and that's real good. So could we maybe then think that we're going to look towards the next profit taking sort of target for this, and that would be $1.93, and I feel more positive saying that. So let's go and temper that by looking at, we'll look at the Bitcoin one in a second as well, and we'll look and see if they've got any sort of anything jumping out at us at all on these charts. So we've got this wrapping around, snaking around itself, and the ADX has dropped way off, which is great in the sense that if you're looking for a turnaround, and that the trend has kind of died really. So with trend having been down the way, so that's good, but we've not seen them turn around yet, so that's not that great. If this was an uptrend, which you kind of could say it is, from here to somewhere the next low, wherever that happens to be, being the lows, and this being a high, and this being a higher low, and this being a high, and this being a higher low, and this being a high, then you could say so. So let's take a look and see if we've got divergence there, and it kind of appears so between this point and this point. So this point here, oh no, that's miles away. Have I done that wrong? I'll just have to look at the date. Sorry, cancel. Whoopsie. So the date here, the 5th of March. Yeah, I was looking over the 5th of March there, which is of course right. So no, so between these points here, there's no divergence. We're just looking at the 20th of March, 19th of March, stuff like that. So 20th of March, 19th of March, all that stuff. Like, there's no divergence there. That's good to see. Is there hidden bullish divergence? No, there's not hidden bullish divergence either. But there we go. So we're not having divergence as we're above that area on HitBTC. And then again, we have to do the same thing over here against the dollar price. again on a different chart, just to kind of see what we're looking at again here. It's these last ones. So there is divergence. There's bearish divergence between this high. Oh, yeah, this is high. So this isn't as high. So this is consolidating in amongst this area. So okay, we'll discount that. Is this higher or not? No, this isn't higher either. So these prices have been consolidating in this area as they've been waiting for the HitBTC prices essentially to kind of catch up in terms of the dollar price amelioration that we were talking about before. And then you can see that in the sense that there's this upward movement. So there's not any divergence there, but then again, maybe it's a bit much to say that that's an upward trend. So much for the asset which was consolidating elsewhere sideways purely in the meantime. We've come back down and tested it as well, the 236, and given it a great opportunity for people to re-enter on longs within the day. You know, the lows today 155. So if anybody's done that over there, again, let me know if anybody actually trades in here. It's had 15% sort of move today for them, so that's really excellent. So let's go back to the Bitcoin price and see where we are currently. Well, we're still in this chunk here. We put in a bunch of different stuff recently and said, look, you could have a channel down the way and trying to kind of, you know, impose bearishness on ourselves. You can see that the volume's tapering right off as we've been going down here, and between these two lows here, the last two really, you could also say that there's a sort of divergence on the go. So should the prices go up here, we might see that and say, okay, yeah, bullish divergence is happening and aim towards the top end of that channel at 2,800 satoshis or so. And pardon me, maybe then in amongst that, that might be all kind of happen by us breaking out of this ascending triangle that we've got as the prices are sandwiched between the 236 and the lower end of this. Oh, sorry, that's the measuring stick. Breakouts. Now, of course, like I say in almost every video, I don't like going for the full things on these, tend not to, but if you did, then, you know, quite easily you could see it coming in at that 50%, $2.40, but I'd have probably have taken some profit at $2.15 and $2.30 on the way there should a breakout occur. I'd be looking for fake outs as well in around that line where this other green line is of the 618 of this other Fibonacci retracement, because it could just be coming up and retesting off of that again, and you could find out that this sort of wickiness of this box here all operates in where this blue line is, and you know the yellows on there just really as a visual aspect so that we can see what we're talking about, but really it'd be easy enough to just disregard that and call it something like this. And of course then in terms of the smaller pattern, that would look like a fake out and a return to the triangle. So, you know, dynamics at play there. Thanks very much for tuning in. It feels good to be seeing the Bitcoin or the Tezos. God, Tezos prices having sort of ameliorated there and stuck with it for more than just a few hours. Let's see where they are come tomorrow and all the rest of it, and of course how the general wider economy responds to this sort of fake money that's been pumped in by old Donald there, and see if that is going to be great, if it's going to be Donald Duck or Scrooge McDuck. Let's find out in the future. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. I really appreciate all likes, comments, subscribes and everything. There's and everybody who's joined in, and let me know in the comments below what other sort of coins and assets you're interested in as well. And if you'd like to see me do anything else. Somebody asked me in one video if I could do a video about staking, and we know that there's baking with Tezos and of course lots of other staking type things, and maybe I could, I don't know, it doesn't quite fit in with the TA style of the channel, but maybe I could discuss stuff like that. I don't know, maybe take a look at some news or something. Catch you in the next video. Thanks very much for tuning in.